If Xbox games and Xbox the brand is so trash, then why is it that everyone out here in the gaming media, in the gaming community, it doesn't matter what side and who and from, whether it's Nintendo, whether it's Microsoft, and whether it's Xbox fans, all they keep doing is pushing this agenda of put Game Pass on the Nintendo Switch and on PlayStation consoles. What's up, guys? It's me, your boy Hebot, coming back at you with another quick video, hopefully. But this is something I want to speak on because I'm tired of seeing it. I'm tired of seeing it, keep explaining it back and forth, back and forth. If Nintendo and Sony themselves have not created a format or a service that gives their own players these options with their own intellectual properties, their own IPs that they create, and all they do is force them to buy their games day and date and not give them an option, then that basically tells you that they do not care not only about their fans, but they don't care about the industry and the gaming as a whole. They're stuck in their old relic style of doing business, and they're not going to change it anytime soon, because Nintendo fans and PlayStation fans, especially PlayStation fans, all they do is make excuses and pander to those companies, and then call Xbox fans corporate shills, which is complete opposite from what it really is. Because if a company doesn't give you options and forces you to buy their games, and the only answer and ideologies you hear is, oh, it's because their games are high quality and they don't belong in a pass service, you gotta buy them to help these developers day and day, when we all know with Game Pass it has proven that that's a fallacy, that all games have an opportunity and the same type of chance to be observed and to have an opportunity to shine, because Game Pass makes every gamer that purchases games have risk-free abilities to play these games. So you play them, and if you like them, you buy them, and if you don't have to buy it because of Game Pass. But if you want to still play them, you still have to buy the Game Pass subscription, which also helps developers and Microsoft themselves, and they pay them up front to put their games on there. And when you download them, they get percentages as well. So if we see that these things, right, are not really a risk, they're not. Like I was saying, sorry about that, the camera cut off real quick. That is risk-free, but still helps the developers and the gamers at the same time to be able to have a better gaming experience with their games and have more options, right? More options. Let me see. More options. It is not focusing. See, and more options, right, to play their games with no risk, then it's not a problem. It means it works. And yet Sony and Nintendo don't do it. So why should Microsoft and the Xbox brand and division go and make the PlayStation 5 and 4 or the Switch a better console for their fan base if they still have to make sure that they give their own fans a better treatment, right? Or take care of them first. They just started fixing and making things better for their fan base. We've been waiting for more and more titles that are exclusive and, first party for a while, even though we've gotten some throughout here and there as the time's gone on. And now it's going to be a better fluctuation of games coming more frequently. And now that they fix it, people want them to go put their eyes somewhere else, because the reality is most PlayStation and Nintendo fans can't admit, and these are the ones that hate Xbox. These are the ones that like Xbox. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about the ones who hate Xbox. These guys can't admit that Game Pass is great and that they want it on their console with their companies, with their IPs. They won't admit it. They won't. They'll act as if, oh no, I don't need that because we buy our games. So do we on Xbox. That doesn't retract you from buying it. It just gives you a better outlook of what you're going to buy, and you feel confident that when you're spending your money, you're not wasting your money for something you may not really like. It's called consumer-friendly options. And they don't get that on Nintendo or PlayStation. But yet they don't want to admit that they want it. And the way you know that they don't want to admit it is because they keep talking about Phil, all these interviews you see, all these articles, you see these damn media sites pushing, Phil, are you going to put Game Pass on Switch? Phil, are you going to put Game Pass on Switch? You see what I'm saying? If you want to play Xbox games and properties, it's simple. Buy an Xbox console or buy a PC and play on their ecosystem. It's that simple. Just like you apply those same rules to the Nintendo logic and the PlayStation logic. Oh, you want the Nintendo exclusives like Mario's and the Zelda's Breath of the Wilds? Or you want those God of Wars or Uncharted or Horizons on to play them? Buy a PlayStation. That's what you hear. Every time. Everybody, whether it's a Xbox neutral, a PlayStation fanatic, an Xbox, a Nintendo weirdo, or a PC weirdo, or elitist rather, and even the medias that they love all the time. Just buy a PlayStation, buy a Switch. But when it comes to Xbox, the logic never freaking applies. Listen, I've been calling this stuff out since 2013, since I came on the scene by myself. And most people were afraid to do what I did because they were like, oh no, we don't want backlash. Oh no, we don't want people saying that we're toxic. But yet everybody's doing what I did long ago now, acting as they're doing it for the first time when this been being done. We've been in the good fight for years since this started. The selected handful of people that they know who they are, right? Anyone from Sega Forever to Sega Man to 100 to, Legal and all those type of people, right? Right? So we've been here. We never swayed away. But now, okay, everybody else is doing it, trying to act like they started this movement. Like they're the ones who did it. And yet you still see them going, oh, put Game Pass on the Nintendo Switch. No, don't put it there. Because Nintendo doesn't care about Xbox fans. They're not going to give us anything in return. They've already proven that when they got stuff like Banjo-Kazooie on, what was it? Smash Brothers. When they got Ori, when they got Cuphead. Same thing with PlayStation. We didn't get nothing in return. The only reason we got the MLB on Xbox is because the MLB license is owned by the MLB Association. And they had a deal with Sony, with their sports studios that have been doing their games for all these years. And what they did was, okay, you want your developer to keep making the games, fine. But you got to make it multi-plat because we want it on other platforms. So you'll get a percentage from all the sales from every platform or every console. And that's what they did. Thus, why MLB is on Game Pass. Which the funny thing is, they also got paid upfront a percentage of money by Microsoft because they put it on Game Pass. You see? So they made money twice from the consumers who bought it and from Xbox themselves for paying them up front to put it on Game Pass. Of course anybody's going to take a deal like that. Why? Because you're making money doing nothing. Unlike Microsoft, that when you see a game that's exclusive and that goes to another console, like the way Tomb Raider did, or the way that Dead Rising 4 did, or the way that the Cuphead or Ori did, or Ashen, those games was because Microsoft fully funded it, or even Titanfall. They fully funded it and helped these developers when nobody else wanted to do the games, including Sunset Overdrive with Insomniac, and didn't put a handcuff and made them say, oh, well, you can't keep the IP, you can keep the IP. And yet they still cried at the end of the day after making their money and was like, oh, can we put it on Nintendo? Can we put it on PlayStation? And Microsoft receded, whatever the hell that word is, and complied and let them do it. You see what I'm saying? So no, there's no reason for Microsoft to put Game Pass on a Switch and on a Nintendo. I mean, on a PlayStation. No reason. They do not care about their own fan base. It's not Microsoft's job to babysit the industry. It's not Phil Spencer's job to babysit the industry. There's no reason for them to put it on another console to make their console even better, because not only will they have their exclusives, now they have access to the Xbox stuff as well. While we're stuck with nothing in return as Xbox fans, whether you're on Windows, whether you're on a tablet, whether you're on a phone, or whether you're on an Xbox console. Xbox ecosystem. We only get what Xbox provides us. We can't get a Nintendo exclusive. We don't get a PlayStation exclusives, right? No. That's why they keep pushing it. That's why these media sites keep pushing it, and the fanatics, because they think they're slick. They keep pushing it because they want it to go to their console, so that way they can start saying there's really no reason to be on an Xbox console or a PC, because you can get everything on a Switch or on a PlayStation. That's why they're doing that, because they know the way Microsoft's going right now with Game Pass, they're going to dominate the industry without Nintendo's help or PlayStation, just them in general. They're going to dominate the industry with the independent scene, with their developers, and with the third parties, because they're going to keep making deals that no one's going to be able to pull away from. They're going to keep being the best place to play, with the best options, with the most consumer-friendly options. And these dudes that are stuck with the fact that they want their console to be the only one that shines are stuck with those ideologies, because they want Microsoft to go away. And Xbox, I'm sorry to say, they're so stupid, they don't realize what they're trying to do. I know what they're doing, because I'm not stupid. I've been around long enough to know the game, and I know what they're doing. But Microsoft themselves doesn't realize it. Because all Microsoft's thinking, oh, we just want money. No. It's also about pride and loyalty and principle. And this is about principle. They don't care about Xbox fans. Why do you have to care about their fans before your own fans? If we help you with what you guys do on Xbox, with your Xbox division. No. And I don't care. I'm going to keep calling it out, and I'm going to start making more videos calling stuff out, because I'm getting sick and tired of seeing nobody calling it out on the Xbox side. Okay? Nobody's calling it out. And instead, they're placating to the idea, oh yeah, put it on the Switch, it'll be great. Oh yeah, put it on the Switch, it'll be great. Oh yeah, put it on PlayStation, it'll be great. No. Fuck that. It's not great. That's BS. You want to play Xbox games on the Xbox ecosystem? Go play on Windows, go play on an Xbox, or go play on Game Pass on one of those, tablets or phone, whatever. But go play on Xbox brand and ecosystem. It works the same way. What works for the geese should work for the gander. No excuses. That's all I wanted to say. I'm out, guys. Give me a thumbs up if you liked the video. Give me a thumbs down if you didn't like the video. Like I was saying, if you continue to come by and give me support, thank you, because without you, my channel is really nothing. And if you're new to the channel, like what I'm doing, hey, I welcome you to, or invite you to subscribe. And if you do, thank you very much, because I know you don't have to. But if you did, remember, I consider you now part of my family. This is not focusing for me. Cooperate. There you go. Part of my family. Share it with someone you think might like the video. As always, you guys can find me on Instagram under C_respect, on the Xbox and Nintendo Switch under HeBot8, on the PlayStation Network under Alfell from Sky, and on Twitter, nope, not yet. I'm not telling you. Soon. So, if you guys ever want to help me out in any way, shape, or form to help me better my channel, you know how to do so. It's all down in the description below, with my PayPal information and my Patreon. Only if you want to, only if you have the means to, and only if you can. It's not obligated. It's only if you want to. Plus, if you guys want me to do any type of reviews or highlight anything on my channel of any of the things I do, just hit me up on DMs on any of those social networks or online networks, and we'll work out the particulars to see what we can do, okay? Because I don't have a P.O. box. So, guys, this is Hebot signing off. Love you guys. Until the next one. Bye-bye. Peace.